But seriously though, I didn't even know how to write notes on this one. I was so bored for the first half, and then my mind was completely blown for the second. Like, what was that ending?
Yeah, I don't know, because that cliffhanger, I was like, "Oh my God." And I was staring at my Kindle and I forgot I was a human for like 30 seconds. And I
I
was like,
sat in my car
"What?"
for 10 minutes staring out the window.
Yeah, it was just what it was. Dude, we are
We're recording.
recording. Oh
Whoops.
my God. Look, Spill Squad, you're back with Stace and Jace. And today, I don't think we even need an intro. There's no banter. We literally just finished Daggermouth. And as you can see, neither of us are okay. We are emotionally compromised, psychologically rearranged, staring at the wall at 2 a.m. like we just made life decisions we now can't undo. That ending was not an ending, it was a crime scene. So if you're here for comfort, leave now. But if you're here to spiral with us, grab your tea, grab your blanket, turn off your phone, because Spill Squad, it's gonna be a doozy.
Let's get into it.
I can't. Like, I honestly was so close to saying to you, I don't know if I can record this. I don't know if I have given it enough time to get over.
Fair. Fair. And at first, I almost said I didn't want to record it because I couldn't get through the book.
I know that was Spill Squad. That was close. The first 50% of this book was so uninspiring that I found my mind drifting to things that I don't care about. Like, oh, did I put those socks in the laundry basket? Like that was where the first part of the book was. It was slow and cumbersome, and I didn't care. My biggest problem in the beginning was we know that there's like a romance that's going to be blooming between Shade and Gray. You can feel it coming, like the energy of it. But she already had been seeing someone that she had a kind of relationship with this guy called Jameson, and I already knew I wasn't going to be okay with that because I liked them together.
I liked them
And
together
I was like,
too.
you know what? I know what you're going to do in this book, and I'm like, fuck you. I'm not on board with that.
I like Jameson too.
Yeah, he was
He's good
so cool. He was so cool. And I'm
and
like,
dedicated.
yo, yeah. But
Like
you could tell he was more invested than she was, though.
100%. Yep.
Oh, he was going to burn the world down to make sure she was safe. And I'm like, oh, I need a Jameson. But they wanted us to like Gray. And I think I spent the first like part of the book going, I'm not going to like you. There's no way this author is going to make me like you. Fuck, was I eating my words?
Apple pie tasting.
Yeah. I had moments of, wow, I did not see that coming. And normally I'm a Leo. So I'm usually when I dig my heels in, that is it. There is no moving me. But yeah, like,
Ugh.
oh my God, oh my God. But it's funny because this book, the vibes, like I wasn't entirely sure what to expect. Like all I really knew was it was a dark dystopian romance. And that's pretty much all I was anticipating. So I didn't know where it was going to go. And then you were like, hey, page 45, there's already smart. I'm like, fuck, this book's going to be loaded with that shit.
And it wasn't.
And it wasn't. And I'm like, you know what? Giddy the fuck up. Because now I'm like, I need more dark romance. Because if it's less smart and it's more like, is that like the intensity of like the possessiveness and the, oh, she's mine, get away with her. And I was like, oh,
But
it's
look
giving
at
me
me
chills,
reading
bro.
a dark romance and actually liking it.
I know.
Flawed.
I
I
was
stepped out of my comfort zone. This book was my idea.
I know. I couldn't believe it when you suggested it. I was like, "Oh, look at you stepping out." But
Like,
I'm
oh,
actually really
anything.
glad you did. I'm really glad you did. I'm glad we
Half my
didn't give
bag.
up. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't give up
Yeah.
because I was really close to it. But
I know
what I go on.
the one day when I'm like, I'm not into this. It's not it's not anything I usually read, you guys. I'm the fluffy romance girl, and this was not fluffy. And it was barely romance in the beginning there. Uh,
No.
but it's a lot of not necessarily gore, but there's a lot of violence. I don't enjoy
Yeah.
violence in my books. I read to escape it, not to be sad. And so, like, I don't think I can do this. And you're like, just read 2 more chapters and see how you feel. And if we have to call it, we call it. So then I sat down, I read those 2 chapters, and then I read 2 more, and then another 2 after that. And I said, okay, fine, I'm committed. And
Yeah.
the payoff was
I'm a
real, guys. Oh my God.
Oh my god. But one
That
thing that I
Python
really
reveal?
oh god, it was so good. I actually really enjoyed the writing. I see a lot of people online because this book is huge on Book Talk right now.
Hmm.
Like I've not seen clicks like this in a very long time since Quicksilver, probably actually.
Which I
But
still haven't read.
oh, you need to, because that should probably be one of our focuses for a podcast. But anyway, I digress. What I really, really enjoyed in the beginning was the tension was immediate. We understood who was who, why was why Shade was doing what she was doing, why
Hmm.
he was doing what he was doing, and the stakes were already through the roof. But it
Yeah, right
didn't
in the beginning.
excite me enough to like, as you were like, "How far in are you? How you feeling?" I'm like, "Pretty uninspired," and that was I think it was at like 48% at that point.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, and I was like,
Keep
"Meh."
going.
Yeah, but at that point, I was already invested enough that I had to.
Yeah.
But seeing people online talking about the book and how bad the writing was, I didn't find that. I thought the writing was really well done.
I thought so too. And see, you and I talked about this privately before a podcast the other day about like the controversy surrounding this book. And the one that kept coming up when I was looking at it was people think it was written by AI is a
Yes.
big one because
Yeah.
of the M dashes, which AI did not invent people. M dashes have been around since before the freaking internet. So
It's you know what? There's so
like
many classic novels with the same thing in there. You're telling me there was fucking AI before there were computers? Like, fuck
seriously, I'm
off.
pretty sure they were M dashes in Alias Grace and other such novels. And those were definitely
Yeah,
written before the
you're right.
computer.
I've seen it before. I've seen it many, many times. I read a lot of classics. They're in there.
Yeah,
Like,
AI did not
fuck
invent
off.
the M dash. It's really, if you're,
Mm-mm.
it just goes with the whole cancel culture, which
Yes.
is just ridiculous. Like, honestly, if you're going to cancel someone, at least have a better reason than they used an M dash in their writing. Like, come on, get real.
Yeah, well, they did the same thing with Shy Girl, and she ended up having the book pulled from publisher pulled it because someone was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was AI," and he's got no proof of that. She did not admit to doing it through AI, but the publisher dropped her anyway. I
Ugh.
read it. I actually did the audiobook. I don't think it was AI. It was a tad repetitive, but oh my fucking god, books have gotten that way now. It's
Yeah.
almost like they're reiterating stuff because people are stupid and they might have forgotten. You know what I mean? That's what
Imagine
it
that.
feels like. But
Imagine
the
that. The
cat
world is getting dumber.
we are getting dumber. I'm sorry. I really feel that in my bones that we are getting more and more stupid. But the
This
cancel
podcast is
culture
going to be
thing,
very controversial.
aren't we always a little bit controversial? I don't feel like I rein my tongue in very often. But I really hate this cancel culture bullshit. This really bothers me. The backlash because somebody wrote a post 15 years ago and they might have been mad about something. And now it's like one person finds it and they go, you should all not buy their work.
Hmm.
Fuck off. You are entitled to your opinion. You don't want to buy it because she said something that annoyed you. Do we really need to pull out the torch and pitchforks and start
The same thing
ramping
happened to
everybody
Elsie
up?
Silver. Yeah. The same thing happened to Elsie Silver recently, too, because she described somebody's knees funny because they were like tanned and they looked dirty. So then people were coming at her with pitchforks saying it was racist. And like, I can literally picture in my head because I am white. If my legs get dirty, they look dirty. It wasn't a racially motivated comment. So cancel culture sucks.
It really does because they've literally turning authors' work now into becoming problematic. The big
Yeah.
one, I guess, is J.K. Rowling because of what she's like. Trans women are not real women because they don't have what women have. Because she's as far as she's concerned, she's protecting real women so that
Mhm.
men saying they're women are not in their spaces. And why can't that just be okay for her to have that opinion? Why do we all have to now burn our Harry Potter books?
Anybody who says that now that the author is getting canceled, they need to go burn their books, I will give you my address. You can mail your babies to me. Okay. I will take
Oh,
your books. I will give them a home. Honestly, what are
me
you
too.
proving when you're saying that? I'm going to throw out this book because the author said something stupid. They've already gotten your money. now they're getting the publicity and
Yeah.
the word of mouth from what you're saying. You are helping them more than you think they are. But also, what is burning your book gonna do? Please explain it to me. Someone
I,
explain it to me like I'm 5 because I really don't get it.
I made a post about this on Book Talk, and nobody, not one person could say, this is why. Because it's stupid. I'm sorry, it's stupid. Donate your book then. So
Yeah.
somebody with a brain cell that can think for themselves can buy it. I'm all for you having your opinions. You don't like what somebody has said and you don't want to follow them or buy their stuff anymore. Good. I'm glad that you have made a commitment. But do you really need to go rile up other people now? And especially the people that can't think for themselves or feel like if they don't feel this way, they're going to be punished.
Mhm.
Those people don't deserve that. So keep your shit off the internet and go get a cup of coffee and have a nap.
Go touch some
Go get a
grass.
Snickers. Like, I'm sorry. I really hate that because I literally watched an Instagrammer the other day and she'd posted something about a book she really enjoyed. And someone was like, oh, this person is blah, blah, blah. You should really stop. And she felt, and it hurt her. She was very upset that now that she
Oh.
felt because she didn't know to feel that way, that she was going to be punished on Bookstagram. And I was fucking angry. And I don't even know this person, but I saw their post and I'm like, honey, I will hold your hand while you read that book again. Like, no one has the right to tell you that you're wrong because they have a feeling. Fuck off with your feelings. Anyway, with this cancel culture thing, the reason we even started talking about this is because there was something about the Daggermouth author online. And I don't know if you saw that, but
I
they were
didn't.
talking, they were talking about she had apparently used a real life tragedy as a promotion tactic in her work. And I think it might have been
Um,
something to do with ICE agents. I can't quite remember, but she made she'd said something in a post. So one
okay.
comment on one post on a social media suddenly has turned Book Talk into a frenzy of, oh my God, I'm never buying your book. No one should read you. And
Well,
I
the
don't
joke's
know.
on them, man. It's getting published with an actual publishing house now. If you go on Amazon and look it up, the hardcover is beautiful with sprayed edges. Get it. And also, the audiobook just announced its cast today, and Teddy Hamilton signed on. So, like, I'll be getting that one too.
Fuck yeah. But you know what the worst part was about the person who accused her of doing this? They walked back on what they had to say. But that won't matter now that that person was like, "Oh,
No.
maybe I was wrong and I misconstrued that." Because everybody they've already got rolled up like little fucking wasps in a nest aren't going to
Yep.
let that go. So one person's opinion that they have now decided maybe wasn't correct has already stirred the honeypot. And I'm sorry, I really think that people need to, unless you have all the facts,
Yep.
shut up.
I agree. Welcome to our cancel culture rant.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't agree with it. I think if you have an opinion, that's okay. Do what's best for you, but you do not need to be inciting craziness on the internet because you have a feeling. Okay. Moving on though, because this episode will end up about being just cancel culture.
Sticking a pin in it. We can talk
We'll
about this
pin that.
later.
Maybe we'll come back to that later.
Let's take that to Patreon. We
Yeah,
can
that
rant
might
on
be a good
Patreon.
idea. Actually, you know what? We should do that. We'll take that to Patreon. So if you want to hear more about how I feel about cancel culture while Jace goes, oh my God, I co-host with this woman, move on over to our Patreon. And that is Stace and Jay Spill the Book. Yeah. Daggermouth.
Yikes.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay. So
Would you
if
like
you
me to
guys,
ask you a question?
oh my God.
Let me,
Yes, please
shall I
ask me a
rein this
question.
back in? Okay. Because I already know that it took us both a long time to get into this book. What was that one moment that made you realize, you know what? This is worth it.
You know what? I think
Prior
it
to the
was,
ending.
okay. So I think it might have been when they went for that dinner at the parents. So when Shade had to go and he was walking her around showing the food
Yes.
and whatnot, like what they were doing there. And I think the moment that she realized that actually he's just trying to live in the world and survive the same way she's living in her world and surviving. And I think it was her realization that she'd got it all wrong. And then when they were at the dinner and he defended her, and I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh." See, I
that
just
scene
got
was so
tingles.
good.
I just got fucking tingles. But you know what? The funniest thing is when I was reading it and originally when she went to go kill him, right? And he took off his mask. I thought that was going to be the moment that hurt me. Like, because they
Okay.
had to, yeah, it was weird because I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. Cause it's like, you have to die now. You showed your face. And it's like, well, actually, we have this law where they can get married, and they
The
hate
loophole
each
so that
other.
they can't kill the heir.
Yeah, they're like, oh, and they're so fucking angry, and they're so mad, and they don't want to do it, and they've been forced into that apartment to like get to know each other. But for some reason, I just nah, that wasn't. I'm like, okay, great. They still sniping at each other, and I usually really enjoy that. And I don't know if it's because I still had Jameson in my head, and I think
Oh,
what I needed to do was to reread it again with my new
mhm.
mindset. And I bet the first 50% is not going to feel that way.
I'll wait for the audiobook to do a reread. It's
You
still
know
too
what?
fresh. It's not a Daisy Jones for me. I can't go back to back on this one.
No, and I probably will wait for the audiobook as well because I think it's necessary to get because it might even be I've realized this just lately because thanks to you introducing me to audiobooks, that sometimes my internal voice as I'm reading stuff out is not telling the story in the way that I need it
Yeah.
sometimes. Sometimes it's better to read, and I'm realizing that too, but I think Teddy Hamilton might just make Daggermouth one of the best books of 2026.
Entirely possible. For me, though,
Oh,
that moment that really changed things, it's
yeah,
pretty close to yours, but they're already in the apartment together. They're stuck, and she's like snooping and breaking through like all of his like the locked doors, and
yeah,
she finds that picture of
yeah.
him and
His
who
brother.
he his brother without their
Yeah,
masks on, and she's like, "Why does this guy look familiar?" And then she keeps the picture.
yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, well, now I need to know." Like, obviously, we know it's his brother, but, like, why does she recognize him? And I'm like, maybe I was thinking maybe he's, like, somebody she knew from the like, and out in the Boundary? Turns out I was
Ooh.
right, but
You know what? It
also
was funny.
wrong.
Do you know what was funny? Because you've just said that, and I know that that was why she kept the picture, but originally when I was reading it, I thought she kept it because she was like, "Ooh, it's got him in it." And now I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that probably is exactly why she did. She recognized the other dude, but didn't
Yeah,
know
and she
why."
couldn't figure out where she placed him from.
It was just weird. I'm like, and yeah, okay. Yeah. You know what? That
Yeah,
actually makes more sense. Okay. See, I'm glad that we talked because I would never have grasped that.
and
That's funny. It's funny because you can feel like the one of the things that I really enjoyed was she's from what do they call it again? The outside part
the
of it,
boundary?
the boundary, and then
Boundary.
he's from the
The
heart.
bird.
And they've kind of separated into like class factions, right? So the elites and the I wanted to call them peons, but that's not what I meant. So like the peasant class. So you got like the rich and the poor. So you have this like power dynamic, even to start with, where he's obviously got more power and she
Yeah.
feels more vulnerable because of the situation she's living in. But one of the things I really enjoyed is when they actually come to a level, he literally has to do things that he doesn't enjoy just to stay alive as well. He's in no better position. And she looking at him and she's like, well, that's your father. Like, you must have a great life. And then when she'll go to that dinner, she realizes that actually she probably had it
Oh,
marginally better living on the boundary. And I was like, oh
yeah.
my God, look at that shift. But the author did it in such a way that it was so beautifully merged. And I loved her reaction to that. I really did. I
Yeah.
absolutely adored that.
Yep.
But
I
you know
think
what
that was
was go what was you gonna say?
I was gonna say that I think that was the part where, like, she really shifted into being more, like, with Grayson versus being a boundary rat.
Yeah. But I think she also realized that like, 'cause I know that she stayed because everyone was in danger, right? She was basically threatened. It's like, "Hey, I know where all the little things are, and if you don't do as you're
Yep.
told, I'm gonna destroy it." But I think she realized, because up until that point, I think she was grating against it still. Like, if she could have found a way to leave and save everybody, she would have. But I think that moment was the moment she was like, "I don't want to leave." Like, I think
Yeah,
part of her wanted to stay.
I
I
think
was like,
so.
"Aw."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still like Jameson better, but I'm hoping book 2 is gonna clear that up for me a little more
Well,
because
you know
I
what I could
kind
see happening now in book 2 is a pairing of Lyra and Jameson.
Oh, I like her with Cal.
Well, as far as we know right now, honey, he's dead. So,
No, I'm not buying that. I'm not having it. No.
okay, well, I'm pretty
No,
sure
no.
the
No, no, no.
I don't like it either, but unless the author wants to pull out the same tricks again in the second book, you can't have somebody die and come back so many times, then it loses its effect and it's boring.
No,
I
I
don't want
can't.
him
I
to
can't.
be dead either. I love him, but as far as we know and are concerned right now, he died. He got a bullet. He's dead.
No. But you have to also understand, right? So, oh God, I don't want to give too much away. But Shade is clearly not as good at her job as she seemed to think she was. Like, knowing what we know, right?
I know. Like, how was she number one?
I don't know. Like, she fumbled a couple times. I'm like,
2 big ones.
oh, I know. But it's funny because I really enjoy, like, I actually, the only romance I really liked was the one between Cal and Lyra. I
Yeah.
don't know. There was something, he thought he was protecting her, and I know he hurt her to do it, but he pined that whole time. And I'm like, B. And
It
she
felt
was
like
like,
very nostalgic love
oh,
to me.
I know, but it was, oh, I don't know. It was so sweet, and he took such good care of her, and he was so gentle. I can't have her with Jameson, okay? Even if he is dead, even if that's, I don't want to believe it, but even if that's what's happening, I can't. She has to be strong on her own now.
I think she will be. Honestly, I feel like she was one of the stronger characters in the whole book
Yeah, she
without
was.
having to talk about the python.
Yeah. Oh, don't even. I did not see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Oh
I
my God.
finished the
Oh
book and
my
I
God.
sat there and but also going back here for a second while I still have this train of thought. Do you see this the way that I do? I kind of see Callum and Jameson as like the same character. Hear me out, just from the different walks of life.
Yeah.
You know, they're they could be the same, like different sides of the same coin, but
Yeah.
they had so many of the same traits. They're both fighting for one girl. They're pining for one girl. They're doing everything they can to save one girl. So I don't know. I feel like
No.
Jameson is the boundary version of Callum. So if Lyra needs to be with somebody, she can be with Jameson.
No. I can't do it. I
Agree to
can't.
disagree on that then, but still, they're the same character in different font.
Yeah. It's funny because if you look at the, like, it's not love in the traditional sense. Like you just said, it's like nostalgic love, right? It's not clean. It's not
No.
easy. It's almost, what's the word for it? Like obsessive, I guess.
A little.
Like, yeah, like he's got some, I don't know, like overly fixated on
Yeah.
her.
Big fixation.
Yeah, it's like hardcore. But this kind of connection where you'd like, is this love or is it just proximity addiction? Because I kind of felt that way about Shade and Grey. Like, are they really falling in love, or is it because they both stuck in the same situation, hating each other, which is really
Stockholm
close to
syndrome.
exactly, exactly. So I was like, is it really love, or was it just the fact that they're both going through the same punishment, and it's just the two of them? Like, obviously, there's sexual stuff. There's always sexual stuff. Sorry, lust doesn't go anywhere, and he heard her doing stuff through the wall.
Yeah.
Like, is it really that he was like, "Oh, she's so sexy, I wanna be with her," or is it like, "Oh, she likes to get off?" Like,
It's hard to say. It's hard. I think he might have had a small attraction to her that grew for sure, and hers grew later,
yeah, oh, yeah. He
like
definitely,
way
if I
later.
had to pick who fell first, it was
He fell
definitely him.
first,
But,
but she
like you
fell
said,
harder.
yes, yes, I think she's more invested now. Like, I think you're right there. But why d like, I still, there's this thing that keeps going around in my head. Why did he take his fucking mask off?
Because he
When
wanted
they
to
were,
die.
because he wanted to die.
He wanted to die. He wanted out. He did not
So
want
then
to
why
be
did
his
he
dad's
fight? Why did he fight back? Why not just allow her to
instinct,
kill him?
survival instinct.
Mm. She had a gun. Like, he could have just stood there and go ahead, bitch. Like,
Then
I
we
don't know.
wouldn't have had a story.
I didn't know. Yeah, that's true. You're right there. It would have been a very short book. But it made me wonder because she wasn't wearing a mask, right?
No, she wasn't.
No. So I wondered if he wanted her to see his face
Maybe.
subconsciously.
Could have been.
Like, I don't
Could
know.
have
My
been. But
mind
with
kept
their
whirling back to that.
I just think he wanted to die. He was working with the resistance, as we found out later, even just
Mm.
a little bit, like secreting off like the meds and food when he could help. He wasn't built to be the executioner. He didn't want to follow in his brother's footsteps. That was a role that was literally forced on him that he hated. As we
Yeah.
saw when he hesitated.
Yep.
He hesitated before she got there, so he figured he was dead anyways. So, like, why not just let her
Yeah.
do it?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. The characters were really interesting because if you look at every single one of them, none of them stayed consistent to who they were at the start of the
No.
book either.
It was
Every single
gross.
one of them, yeah. Like that whole character development kind of eroded as we were watching.
Mhm.
And I didn't think I would like that because again, Leo, dig heels in. But I actually really enjoyed that.
Yep, I liked it. It made the payoff at the end that much better.
Oh god, that payoff. Do you know that okay. I know we're not gonna keep jumping to the end here, but I'm really annoyed that I'm gonna have to wait until probably next year for book 2.
I'm okay with it.
You. I can't. Like, I don't like cliffhangers. I despise cliffhangers. And that one hit me it's like I said to you, it kicked me right in the fucking nuts.
Yes, it did.
Oh god. Okay. Ugh. One of the things that I really did enjoy though as a dark romance because I don't read a massive amount of dark romance. I do read it, just not a lot. Was just how toxic the attachments were between everybody.
They're
Like
so bad.
it was so bad. But I was like, I liked it. I don't know because it felt like there was basically like consistent tension the whole fucking time. And it
Mhm.
kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of exciting. And I'm starting to wonder who I am as a person now that I'm older. I'm like, oh God, I'm kind of enjoying the toxicity of this. But yeah, I actually quite enjoyed the emotional whiplash that I was getting from a lot of these dynamics, even the friendships. Like, because
Yeah,
Jameson and Cal are friends, right? And it
they're
felt
friends first.
almost, yeah, but it
Yeah.
felt like when it come to the sister, you could feel there was tension there between them as well. Like
Between
they're
Jameson and Lyra?
no Jameson and not Jameson, Cal and Gray. Like when he was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"You, I need Cal to help you with this," but it felt as though he didn't want that, like her in proximity to Cal. Did he know what had happened between them in the past?
I don't remember.
No, 'cause I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either, but I don't think he wanted his best friend with his sister either.
Well, it's dangerous. She's not allowed to pick who she's supposed to be with. Oh my
Yeah.
god, don't even get me on the Handmaid's Tale fucking patriarchal bullshit.
At the end of the vow ceremony, I'm really glad we didn't have to,
Ugh.
read that for real.
Oh god, I thought we were going to have to. Oh my god. I
I
was
thought
not
so
well.
too. No.
Oh my god, so that whole part when Lyra admits what had happened to her, oh my god, I had my fist in my mouth and I was like sobbing.
Ugh.
Sobbing. I know I'm like, "Oh my god." And I'm like, one of the things that I did okay, this was another part where I softened a lot more to Gray, was that he did not want her to go through that. But
Yeah,
did he know about, like, the after, like, with when all of them do it?
I
I
don't
think
think
he
so.
No, because I think he only knew about the part that he had to do, and that was even too much for him.
Yeah, he was not down with that.
No, and he wasn't down with
He
that
struggled
part.
to tell her because he was the one that told Shade about it.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
Lyra
I don't think he knew about the rest of it.
No, and I didn't think so either, but it felt like when Lyra said, "You have to tell her, you have to let her know what's gonna happen." And then when he told her that, and then we find out what actually happened to Lyra, I'm like, I don't think Gray knew that happened. I
I don't
don't.
think so either.
No, I don't think he did at all. And I'm absolutely fucking, oh my God, like I can feel the disgust rising again.
Say that the president, whatever his name is, Maximus, he's a
Yeah.
perfectly written villain.
Oh my God. If I was going to do
Perfectly
over and
written villain. I have never had such a visceral reaction to a villain in a book as I had with this character. Like, just immaculately written. Just look at you scowling. You can't even hear his name without
I
you're gonna rip
can't.
your thumbnail off.
No, I am. This was one of the things that, like, I didn't understand why people kept saying that her writing wasn't good because I went through every, like, in a
Mhm.
dark romance, you expect, like, you know, what you expect. And I didn't expect any of this stuff. I did not expect to cry. I did not expect to giggle a couple times because there was a couple of parts where I did. I kind of like was like, that's funny. And then
Callum calling.
I was so
Cal-
mad. I was
yeah.
holding my Kindle and I was squeezing it so tight that my fingernails hurt for like a couple of hours after. And I had dents in my case. Yeah. I need a new Kindle case now. Fucking bad. But yeah, I was, blah. But at the
Yeah,
end, I was,
visceral reactions to these characters is a
yeah,
testament to the writing.
exactly. But I didn't expect to feel that way. I was expecting dark romance, it to literally flow on those moments that you expect from a dark romance, like
Yeah.
the tropiness of being in the story. I wasn't expecting to be psychologically attached to anybody.
Right? The way that Max was treated his wife too.
Oh, what a
Like that
cock.
one scene when he's got her locked up was
I'm gonna
awful.
need a stiff drink after this episode, and it's early.
Right? Why am I drinking tea right now? I need a vodka.
I should have put something more. I went fancier though today. I did Earl Grey with a little hint of lemon.
Oh, I have an iced London fog latte.
Oh, I should get you to come and tea shop with me, like to get.
Yeah, I can
I'm
do
not
that.
okay. I'm still not well from this book. I had problems after I literally finished it in the morning. And normally it's a Sunday. I either catch up on reading, I hang out with my kids, and yeah, I picked up my Kindle 6 times and put it back down. I just couldn't. And I was like, maybe I need a paperback. No, that didn't help. I put my
Yeah.
headphones on. I was like, I'm gonna go and do a run on the running machine downstairs. No, no.
No.
But you know what cheered me up? Knowing that the hardcover is coming out with that beautiful edge. I
It is
pre-ordered
very
it.
nice. It's a very happy shelf trophy.
Oh God, I can't. I want to run away like that. The talking about this stuff is making me want to go and move over that way.
Well, you can't.
So we literally worked through the things that did work for us. Is there anything else that you really enjoyed about the book before we move into what didn't work for us?
Things that I really enjoyed, the fact that it wasn't as smutty as I was expecting.
Mm.
I did really like that. And the smut that was in it worked well for the story. It wasn't just in there just to be in
For the
there.
sake of being in there.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then the comedic relief with some of Callum's one-liners. I
Yes.
definitely enjoyed those. And I also really liked that one of like the underlying themes to this book is just how strong women are. As a woman, I did appreciate that.
Yeah. Even though they were really treated. You know what? It's funny because
Yeah.
in the Boundary, they're not treated that way.
No,
Only
it's
in
just
the
in the heart.
Heart.
Yep.
So in the Heart, the only people, the elites that have really good lives are the men. Because in the Boundary, I'd rather live there as a woman. Yeah, I'd rather be poor and in desperate need of medicine and, panhandling than living
Yeah.
with that.
So
Was
when
some
Lyra
great
takes
A-level
that stand against her dad there with like all the women in the heart and they all unzip and they're all wearing white,
Yep.
like it's amazing.
But listen, so Brooker and Gray thought they were doing stuff behind Daddy's back, but Daddy knew. He didn't catch on to a damn thing Lyra was up to. And she was
No, he
just
thought
like,
he'd beat her into submission though. He's always smacking his women around.
fucking gross, man. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
You pretty much covered all the stuff I really enjoyed too. There was lots of really great elements, especially in the last 50%. But let's talk about now what things didn't work in the book. And for me, I actually didn't enjoy being so emotionally exhausted by the end of it. Like I really could have done with maybe a more less like I know that with what happened at the end with the women and they all stood up for themselves and then finding out who Python was, oh my fucking God. But I felt wrung out by the end of it. Like
Yeah,
really wrung out.
it's true. I feel I agree. I agree. I also think that maybe there was one too many plot twists at the end. Like it was like here's, call it 60% of the book and it's just kind of like this and then you get right to the end and it's like this. For those of you who
It
can see, I
was
was making waves with my hands. It was pretty like evenly steady pace in the beginning, and then like the last 40%, you're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. It was just a lot, and I could have done with a little
Less.
less.
Yeah. I'm
I
not
don't know how to
like
articulate that any better.
I am one of those people that read horrors and thrillers. So I have the stamina for the insanity that some of these books throw, and I was not prepared for it. I really wasn't. And even with the build up, I still yeah, the draining was real. Like I don't even know. I to not be able to read for the whole fucking day, which is so not like me.
That's not like you at all.
No, I'm like everyone's like, "Oh, I just needed time to digest that." I'm like, "Fuck that, moving into the next book." But no, I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I
It
couldn't.
was just a lot. I think maybe if some of like the revelations that happened right at the end maybe happened towards like the middle to
Yeah.
progress the story more forward, I think it would have been a little bit more palatable.
Yeah, or there was even hints. So, like, you know, when
Yes.
they plant the seeds, but you're not necessarily have made anything grow yet, but by the time you get to the end, you're like, "Oh, I kind of
I
the
see where
steps
this
had
came
already."
from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like, oh god, it was painful. It was
Like the
actually painful.
Brooker, the Brooker Pierce of it all, like necessary.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was,
It was. No, you're right. You were totally right.
in my opinion, for those who have read it. I could have done without that. I think the plot could have moved forward without it.
Yeah.
That didn't have to be in there. That just felt like resurrecting a ghost for no reason.
Yeah, it was a bizarre twist, but I understand why the author did it. I just I don't yeah, I'm like you. I
I
don't think
understand too, I just don't like it.
I didn't mind it. I think you're right. I think if it had been planted further, like more away from the ending, that it might have made more sense.
But you know
Like it
what? Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they did because they did show us that picture. She recognized the face, you know?
ah.
But
You know what?
still,
I completely missed that though, because I'm like, oh,
yeah,
she's
you had
crunching on
I
Gray.
wanted to know where she knew the other guy from, and you're just thinking she thought Gray was cute.
Yeah, and just was like, "Here, I'm gonna keep that." Like, I thought that like, when women, like,
Yeah.
they like, the aftershave a man wears, so they're, like, sniffing his clothes and shit. That's kind of where I stopped
No,
that.
I knew I wanted to know where she knew the other guy from. And so then when we figured it out, I was like, "Okay,
It did ma it no,
fine."
you're right, there were scenes, I missed every single fucking one.
But even with the seeds, that one, it didn't pay off for me. To
No.
bring him back and then to bring him forward the way that they do without giving too much away, the payoff wasn't it didn't work for me. The payoff,
But,
that did not work for me.
yeah, but, I agree. I could have done without that, but I'm wondering if it's what it's setting up for book 2, like, what it is that we don't know yet. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So
Yeah.
I can bank that one to deal with later. Now, one of the other things that I didn't actually mind it too much because I read horror, so I really it doesn't bother me. But something that I want readers to know is that if you like to feel grounded into a story that you need clarity while you're going through it, this book probably is not going to be for you because there was literally no stability in this book. Like you're not
No.
sure what's what at all. Like there's like I had that feeling all the way through. Like there was nothing
You
really tangible.
No, it's true. As you're reading it, you are just as paranoid as Maximus is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It's
But you
yeah.
get to survive the book.
I don't know. I don't think I did.
You're still here.
Barely. It's kind of living rent free up in a space that doesn't have, you know,
The
more
last
than
2
air
pages
bubbles
are
in it.
living rent free in my head. I That's all I want to talk about, but that'll just ruin the story.
Yes. Don't do it. And one of the
I
other things,
won't.
don't do it. But one of the things that I also noticed was because this is one of the notes I wrote in the beginning was they both felt like they were morally right. Like she felt that what she was doing was right, like killing people for
Avenging her
money.
family, yeah.
Yeah, and he thought that what he was doing was right, and I really found the whole framework for the morally ambiguity that they had going on, like, who really is more right? Because really, I didn't think what either of them were doing was right.
I didn't think were either.
And it was
They both thought they were right and they're
uncomfortable.
both wrong.
Yeah. But, like, you could see that they both thought that they were the good ones, the good guys.
Yeah.
Like, he was protecting people and the stability and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, "Well, I kill people for gold." And I'm like, "How can you even say that you're a good guy?" And how could he think that killing people for stability based on some crazy man's idea of what that is was right? And it met that. You know what? I think that's one of the reasons why I did not feel so connected to the first part of the book because that made me really uncomfortable.
There it is.
Yeah. Talking to you helps because I'm like, now I'm thinking about it on a more tangible level. I'm like, that made me really uncomfortable for them both to believe that they were righteous in what they were up to. And in
Yeah.
reality, they both weren't. They both come to terms with who they were and realize their mistake later. And I think that's when I eased into the story.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me having complex feelings.
I knew they were in there somewhere.
I didn't.
Oh,
Oh, that was really bad. Oh dear. Okay.
Freckles.
Okay. But yeah, that was pretty much all that was pretty much the only things that I didn't really like. It was just I don't know. It was a weird book for me. I don't know. It was I don't know. I tried to stay up late to finish it. Mike had already fallen asleep. He was like, "It's after 9." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you still
Bye.
reading?"
Yes.
It's like I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "What are you reading?" I'm like, "The book that you told me to stop reading." Because he was like, "Why are you still reading it then?" Right? Like he said that to me, and I'm like, "We're
Yeah.
doing it for pod." And he was like, "Yeah, but you advocate for DNFing." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's got good now." And he's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed." And he rolled over, and
Okay.
about 10 minutes later, he was like, "You're still reading?" Like, yes. And I stayed up till like 10 past 10, and that's like insane for me. But my eyes were really starting to hurt. And I'm like, I have to go to sleep. And the first thing I did in the morning was get up, check on my kids, and pull my Kindle out. I don't
Yeah, I feel
know. I'm finding it really hard to categorize exactly what it was about this book that just, I can't put it into words. Can you?
no, I can't. This is also, a very huge deviation from what I normally read. Like, I read fluffy romance, the odd
Yeah, you
thriller,
do.
but, like, I'm here for happy vibes, and this was not it, and this is a lot more violent than anything I have read recently, so I would read a bit, and I'd put it away and go read something else that was happy. So it took me a minute just 'cause I don't
No, I'm with you. I still don't know how I feel. Like I was gonna write a review and I was going to give it a star rating and I can't.
I gave it 5 stars.
Did you really?
I did.
See, I feel that's correct. And then part of me is like, but is it? And I'm questioning myself. I never question myself. I just
I gave it 5 stars because it left my jaw on the floor, and my reviews don't always have to make sense that way.
no, you're a vibe reviewer. And I guess for me there's things, there's feelings, there's stuff. There's I don't know. I
I
ca-
did. I gave it 5 stars for the vibes. I gave it 5 stars because it left my jaw on the floor. I gave it 5 stars because now I'm telling people to read it, even though if you would have asked me, like, on Sunday last week when I was only halfway through, I would have said, "Don't bother."
Yeah, but that
Um,
first 50% we didn't enjoy, and you
I
still gave
know.
it 5 stars?
I did
Ooh,
because it changed my mind at the end. The
fuck that
payoff
ending.
was mostly worth it. Mostly.
Oh, I think it was really worth it. I'm glad we didn't stop. I don't like feeling so unsettled. I
Well, that
don't
makes it a
know.
5-star for you then.
I have to have loved it all the way through normally, but that's where I'm at too. I feel like that even just the last 20% of the book was like a million stars. And I don't know where to put I don't know. Like I don't even know what to say. And I've got millions of words. They all come out of my face. They come out of both ends most of the time. And I've got nothing. I got nothing.
You're so funny.
Yeah. I'm wrecked. I'm you know what? I probably should give it 5 stars just from the fact that I don't know what to say because I am wrecked. I've been broken for everybody now. And it's not even like there's a book boyfriend in there. Like I wouldn't sleep with any of these men. So I don't know what is it? Like I don't trust anybody either. This was huge for me. There's not one character in this book that I completely trust.
Yeah, trust nobody.
No.
Nope.
There's no comfort in this book.
I'm
Daggermouth.
like literally sitting here reading the last page again while we're
Yeah.
talking. And yeah.
Read
Frick.
the last line. Give them the last line. If it's good.
No, I can't. I can't. I cannot read the last line. It'll give away the plot twist that we are guarding right now.
Okay,
I can't do
yes.
it.
We are doing you a favor, Spill Squad, okay? If you have not read Daggermouth yet, we do not want to
Okay,
give
well,
away.
I will read the few lines before that because there's no names.
Okay, do it.
These will be my last words to you, Maximus Sorel, she said, cutting off his begging. Mercy does exist in Newfound Haven. She pressed the barrel of her gun to his head. Just not for you.
Chills, bro. Chills. I'm
Then,
telling you.
plot twist, pulls the trigger.
The book just, I don't know. That last 20% is just, it was it. It was magic.
We could do a whole podcast on the last 20% of this book, and we kind of did.
Well, there was nothing really tangible in the beginning. Like it was all
That's
just
true.
setting up to, it was literally the first part of the book, guys, is just literally us
The
getting
setup.
to this point. The little steps it took to get to this moment at the end, because that moment is everything. This
I
book is
want
not
to
comfort.
reread it again later after I've had some time to go back and read some fluffy things that make me happy.
Yes.
But I want to see if I can figure out um Michael? Michael? The captain?
Oh, it's Mikkel, yeah.
Mikkel? I
Yeah.
want to if I can see that sooner.
Ooh. Yeah, I did not see that twist either.
That's what I mean though. The end was so twist heavy that they just didn't all land the way that they should have. It was just like, oh, another one. Oh, another one. Oh,
Yeah.
another one. But then the big one's like, oh my god, okay, I love
Yeah, but that
that
was
one.
worth it. You know what? The funniest thing is, even with all those twists, that last one still felt like I got punched right in the nose.
Well, that was the one that worked, I think.
Yeah.
The best. Again, I could have done without the brother one. The McHale one, okay. But the last one with the python. Oh my god. Yes.
I'm not over it. I'm not over it. Like this book literally tested every boundary I have ever had. And I thought I had zero boundaries. Okay. I thought I was that person who literally could go, huh, well, trigger, fuck triggers. But no, like I learned about myself with this book. I feel like a little bit too that even my morality was a little blurred by the end of it. Like, what would I do in that situation? And I'm like, oh my God, I do not like this microscope I keep putting myself under. Let's
I
shut
want to go
that
back to
chapter.
fluffy romance now. This was a fun little dabble, and I don't want to come back for a
No,
while.
it was, yeah, it was, I would love to, now that I know that there are dark romance books out there that are not heavy into smut or like, because I always thought when someone says dark romance, I'm thinking these people are getting chained to walls and having their nipples bitten off by dogs. You know what I mean? Like yeah, that's kind of where my mind goes, right? Or she's going to get like hit with things. Like, I don't know. But this book wasn't like that. And apparently there are a lot of books like this. So yeah, I think Stacey's just about to enjoy her dark romance era. And
Have fun. I'm going back to my fluffy romance where things are happy and nobody
that's
dies
that's
and there's no
okay because
guns.
that's okay because I'm thinking dark romance files for Stace and cozy romance files for Jace.
That is going to be fun.
I
People
think
can
it
go to you for
can.
the dark side and they can come to me for hot chocolate and fluffy pillows and cozy blankets and puppy snuggles.
Hey, I still like those things. It's just I kind of the tension was something else. Like this story didn't hold my hand and guide me anywhere. It literally was taking chunks of my soul away from it. I don't know. It was yeah, I'm telling you right now, I'm willing to walk down that dark romance path in a more significant way.
I might still dabble, but I need to go read a sports romance. So see you later. I'm going to go read The Ledger.
Good. Do it. Guys, if you have enjoyed our deep dive of Daggermouth, I actually
The
did
deep
not.
dive of the ending of Daggermouth.
I haven't enjoyed this one bit. I feel like someone just raked me over the coals again. Let us know in the comments what other books in the dark romance genre you might like us to deep dive in the future, or whether you are Team Stace and you like a little bit of dark romance in your life. If you're more like Jace and you like to keep it a little more cozy and fluffy, don't forget you can find our more chaotic episodes on Patreon, where Stace and Jace tend to get more spicy. I don't know how I can get more spicy, but I do. You can find us on our social medias. We both have link trees in the description. We hope that you have the reading week that you deserve, and we will catch you next week. Take care, readers.
Bye.